Okay, viewers, you're looking at Coke, but as usual, we always start on an object, but it's not actually important. What we're actually going to talk about is not an object, it's a person. Hello.
Hello.
Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
I'm Joy, and I'm here today to talk about mental health.
You are indeed.
Yeah.
We'd like to take away some of the stigma regarding it. Can you tell us your experience of such an illness?
Such an illness. So, I've struggled with, well, I would call it depression, although I was never officially diagnosed the first time, twice. I'm 19, the first time was when I was 14, and the second when I was 18/19. Yeah.
Oh.
So recently when I struggled with depression, I took some time off work just to kind of deal with what on earth was going on in my head. Really, really difficult time.
Okay.
So yeah. John wanted to interview me, but he didn't want to ask because he thought it was too private. And I was like, nah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
You have a very strong will from what I've seen. And you're actually able to project about this situation in a way which obviously some people might find disconcerting. Why do we have an issue regarding mental illness?
I think because, especially the second time I was dealing with mental health, I felt really ashamed that I was working in a coffee shop at the time, and the people I worked with were lovely. And, you know, there were some things I found difficult about work, but you know, everyone has difficult days, bad days, whatever. But just the feeling of like everyone else can do it, and something in my mind means that I'm not well enough to be here, and not being able to vocalize that, but just how is it that everyone else is functioning absolutely fine, and I can't even stand here and make you a coffee and give it to you and feel okay about it. I don't know. There's no. I'm finding it hard to find the words, but there's no outward cause. Or like if you have a physical illness, people think like, oh, you know, it's awful. Like, and there's a clear thing, like you can say, this is wrong with me, look, fix me, like this, I've got this rash or something. But often it will take a long time to actually pick up that you're mentally ill. Like I took myself to the doctors with a really, really good friend who calls himself my brother because we're really close. And I recognised that myself, but I think that was because I had already been ill once before, and that time I didn't, and my mum kind of forced me to go to the doctors, and even then I wasn't in a place where my mind was open enough to let people help me. So that's a huge thing as well, actually recognising that there is a problem.
Yeah.
If you were walking along the street and your leg was hanging off, someone would go, hey look,
Mate,
you need to go to the doctor.
If my leg was hanging off, I wouldn't wait for Mum Dearest to tell me what's going on. I'm sorting that shit out.
Exactly. Someone would say, hey, like, you need to sort that out, or other people would be able to see it and be able to say, Joy, you need to get yourself to the doctors because you're not okay. People don't think that with mental health. They think, oh, Joy can't be bothered with work anymore, or Joy's not very much fun to be around, oh, she doesn't want to go out anymore, I can't be bothered with her, rather than thinking, oh, actually, like, what's going on?
Did you lose some friendships through that time?
So one of my really good friends in London was really, really lovely, and kind of, well, we still went out, and she would be like, look, if at any point you want to leave, you don't want to be around people, like, just say and we're gone. So she was absolutely amazing. But there are some people who just don't get it, and that's fine. Like, unless you've experienced those feelings, they are such a hard thing to vocalise. So that's fine, but ask people what they need. Ask people what they want, because actually, especially the second time I was ill, everyone thought I wanted space, you know. And from people at work, I kind of understand that obviously that was a professional environment, so they didn't want any pressure on me to go back to work. Yeah. But also, like, I wanted people around me. I wanted to know that people cared about me, and to know that people wanted me to get better, and for people to say, hey, do you want to talk about it? And actually people were like, no, we need to give her space. So people weren't there, when really I wanted the opposite. And at the time, when you're mentally ill, it's very hard to say, I need this from you. So ask someone what they need, because some people will need completely different things as well. Like, if you have a rash, everyone needs the cream, right?
That's
but
true.
there isn't a cream, or
there isn't a cream?
There isn't a cream.
Oh, I'm fucked. What do I do? I've got to talk about it.
Not everyone is going to have the same, you know, not everyone, even medication, like some medication is not going to work. And I'm taking antidepressants, but when a couple of months into taking, not even a couple of months, how long? not very long into taking them, I had hallucinations. So I would wake up and see people at the end of my bed, and it was just absolutely terrifying. My family were away at the time, so I was on my own. But there's also some kind of shame in saying like, oh look, I'm seeing things, you know, I'm seeing people at the end of my bed, like suddenly everyone's going to go, okay, she's actually really mental. Like it was just medication, and actually like that subsided. There you go, I'm here today.
You've come out the other side stronger. Yeah, man. In closing this video, because you've been quite comprehensive, I've actually ticked off all the questions I had in my head as you were talking through them. Is there anything that you would actually like to, if you could change, like say how society deems mental illness to be this almost Victorian weird thing that you only see in, like, say, drama or in some really terrible comics or whatever, how would you like to change that if possible? And if so, where would you start?
That is a big question.
It is a big question.
Let me fix society in a
Yeah, fix society, Joy.
I think just honestly with a lot of things, have an open mind. Ask people how they're feeling, and people aren't always going to want to talk about it, but just let them know that you're there. Like, probably the first time I was ill, if someone would go and Joy, tell me about how you're feeling, I would be like, no, I'm absolutely fine. But just be like, hey, look, I'm here. Tell me what you need, and I'm here.
Wow.
Just be open-minded and just be there for people, because we're all just people that are often a little bit lost and a little bit, you know, I think of mental illness as a scale, so like if healthy's here and like this is another thing, right? Completely mentally ill. If you were really, really depressed, like if you were 100% suicidal, you would be dead, basically, because you 100% of you would not want to be alive, and whatever it was, you would find a way to kill yourself, right? So even if someone is feeling suicidal and feeling like that, there's a part of them that believes that things are going to get better, even if it is 1%, because they're still here, right? So actually, everyone can get better. Just as long as you recognise it, fight through, man. Like,
thank you, Joy.
Being in your brain is different to being in my brain, okay?
Indeed. I'll remember that next time I'm there. Thank you. You get the hand of friendship.
One of these as well.
Oh, wait. Ah! Okay, careful. Do not want to drop the camera. Thank you. You rock. To be continued.
You rock too.